The fastest gamer alive. You're looking for a video, huh? We got you covered. It's a viewer with a password.
Okay, let's get it over with in 10 minutes. We can't let a single one of them get bored.
5 minutes.
Haha, game start. Doom is a legacy shooter franchise responsible for the popularization of the first-person shooter long before Call of Duty or even GoldenEye. Long dead since Doom 3, Bethesda, the publishers of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout series of RPGs, have bought the rights, and now they've run a bolt of lightning into the jagged corpse of Doom, and it lives again. Back to show the kids these days. Everything about Doom 2016 screams of callbacks to the good old days of shooters in the 80s and 90s. Fast movement speed, an insane arsenal of weapons, and nothing standing between you and turning hordes of hell's hardest into your own throne of personal corpses. Doom 2016 is fast-paced, chaotic action that never lets up, getting you in the mood to rip and tear with its mental guns and bombastic beats. Perhaps the most interesting thing about Doom is its protagonist, the Doom Slayer, a literal relic of the past, both in-game and in real life. This is only further cemented by the fact the game opens up with the Slayer waking up, prying his way out of an ancient stone coffin. Confined for almost 100 years, he awakens from a sleeping state to teach the demons invading Mars the true meaning of even devils may cry. See what I did there? Added in a Devil May Cry joke. I really like Devil May Cry. Having dealt with these demons before in Doom 1 and Doom 2, he's fed up with their shit, and this is our character's motivation. From the moment he awakens, we see his utter hatred for hell and the demons it spawns. Confronted by an unholy horror, he does not recoil in fear, but shatter the screeching skull with his bare hands. I'm not even kidding. The way he brutalizes these enemies is bonkers. The Doom Slayer hates demons more than gamers hate internet feminists. That's a lot of hate. The way he tears them limb from limb with creative kills show his passion for ripping these unholy monsters apart runs hotter than the fires of hell. While the Slayer has an unyielding hatred towards demons and no respect for the wishes of his higher-ups on Mars, he seems to show some sense of respect for his comrades in arms who fought back against the demons. When taking an upgrade chip from a fallen marine, he's sure not to disturb or disrespect the body, taking only the chip. Even in death, I think he respects their choice to fight back against the devils. He's not against taking what he needs from them, but neither does he show them disrespect. The fact the Slayer used to be a marine on Mars like them, I think is the reason he feels a sense of decency around them, having suffered the same experience as they know his pain like a shared experience. Despite his love of guns and gore, the Doomslayer is not just a mindless brute. He demonstrates care and precision when interacting with intricate touch-based controls on Mars's computer systems. He demonstrates this by various gestures he makes with his hands to give and activate different commands on the console. Unlike most soldiers in games these days, the Doomslayer ignores any and all orders given and gets shit done his own way. From the opening where he smashes the intercom because he's sick of hearing the commander speak, to the way he carelessly destroys UAC property after being asked to handle it carefully. We see in the elevator scene here, the way he cracks his knuckles when the music amps up is violent and seething with anger. This leads to the title sequence, showing what the tone of the game is, and that tone is fuck you, I want to kill demons like fuck tons. This is a great attitude for a playable character to take, because as a gamer, you want to play a game. I'm a big fan of story and cutscenes, but the one thing I cannot stand in games, especially shooters, is being told what to do or how to do it. The reason I don't play Call of Duty games is because I don't like some fuckwit barking orders at me to follow him when I want to explore. At least when I'm Solid Snake or James Bond, the characters are competent enough to handle the situation without your superiors micromanaging you. Doomslayer is on nobody's leash and is just there to maim and murder, and it's such a refreshing take. Get guns, kill demons, save Mars. Doom's simplicity is its greatest design asset, as it allows the player to focus effectively on using their arsenal and environment to stay alive. The shooting and jumping mechanics blend together, making it a sort of faster, more chaotic version of Halo, which itself is firmly rooted in old school shooters with power-ups and health pickups. The simplicity I've been talking about is also weaved into the protagonist, as his goal amongst the world of chaos and conspiracy allows you to laser focus your aggression on the devils while the story unfolds organically around you, similar to the narrative framework of BioShock with flashbacks and collectible audio logs. On the topic of Halo, can we talk about how the Praetor suit looks exactly like the suit Master Chief wears? I mean, look at this thing. It looks like Chief and Slayer shop at the same store. When I first saw the cover art for Doom, I was like, why the hell is the dude from Halo on the cover of Doom? The hell, why? When Chief is held captive by the Flood Leader in Halo 2, he's acting like a pussy. I'd rather not piss this thing off. Doomslayer would tear that giant talking tumor in two. He'd be like, where's my chainsaw? Halo is a great series, but aside from Chief being heroic and stoic, he's a little bland. The Slayer carries not only only the look, but also the combat experience of Chief. The difference is, I'll remember the Slayer's ferocity over Chief's I shoot people pretty good any day. When I think of Halo, I think of the Arbiter, as his design and honorable persona were interesting. Much like Ripley from the Alien series, the Slayer has experienced the demonic forces firsthand, knowing their sheer destructive force better than anybody. Most of the people you encounter still believe using hell for an energy source can be made safe. However, the Slayer knows everything to do with the underworld is bad news for humanity and sets out to destroy everything related to it he can. This displeases the only two human people you interact with, but in this situation, the Doomslayer knows best. The game's lore and backstory really opens up once you hit hell. There are literal gospels acting as a warning for demons to avoid the Slayer as they recount his past battles. Download maps from hell. Why not? Hell has Wi-Fi. You feel like a demon-slaying badass. At the end of the day, Doomslayer and the game he's from has but one objective: kill demons and do it in a brutal and brilliant fashion.